What's up, everyone? Welcome back to About Even, the biggest betting show in the country. Quite legitimately looking at
big numbers last week.
Yeah, big round town over here for About Even. Also, number one betting show on the planet, but just
big numbers last week. That's all I'm saying.
We love you.
When you see round numbers, gets me hard.
A lot of noise from a guy that wasn't even here for the fucking show, just quietly.
It's true. He wasn't even on the biggest show. That's a huge wrecking. Wow.
I didn't say anything. I'm just supporting the show, Roo. Fucking hell. Where'd that come from, mate? Not even a well done. Congrats on the kid.
Hey, if it's not broken, we don't need to fix it. That's my
Not even a congrats. Fucking hell, mate.
He does make a point, though. That's the only problem. I appreciate you supporting him. You weren't on the biggest show.
Oh, listen, but it's not the biggest episode ever, so there you go.
Yeah, we'll see.
I believe it was last year after...
Don't.
The massacre.
Don't. We don't do that. Yeah. Shout out to Neds. We love you. Thanks for being involved. Thanks for supporting us. If you want to have a bet, do it with Neds. We got all of our bet profiles on. There's a few little rule changes and tidbits we're going to get to in a second that involve Neds and the Neds profiles. You can also join the About Even group where we are doing some hosted pots, hopefully a few more this year. The code is Dribblers to get into that private group. There's about 6,000 to 7,000 of you in there already. So if you're not in there and you want to be, then that's how you do it. Now, fellas, obviously we started a bit aggressive there. We were all sort of attacking each other a little bit.
No, it was Roo attacking me.
Roo did it. Well, listen, he did attack you.
It's just an elephant in the room. I was calling it out. I'm just trying to get the best out of you, mate.
Come on, mate. Just a bit of support for a friend who's just, gone through a life-changing experience, the birth of his first child, a daughter, Suki, one of the greats, cute as a button. And I come in here excited to see my mates, excited to have a bet, excited to, sit next to me old mate Roo, and you just shit down me throat Masood style right from the jump, and I just don't know where it's coming from. And I'd be very fucking careful, my friend, because those payments might cease.
I'm just giving Suki an opportunity to see what Dad's really made of.
Yeah.
Well, you fired me up, mate. There's no doubt
thank
about
you for Sebo for, propping up Hello Sport for a week or anything like that.
I didn't even thank Sebo for coming in and just giving his time to bloody fill in the chair. With aplomb, mind you. With aplomb.
No, you did get good reviews.
You got great reviews. People want him in every week.
Yeah, took you about 5 minutes to make the show your own. I think was a standout.
Yeah, you got to dive in head first.
You got to. Yeah, you got to. But Sebo, Eddie's he's had a tough night's sleep last night.
Okay.
The toughest we've had.
Tough night's
But you know what I do when I get my 4.5 hours, I just think of Sebo.
Yeah.
I think of Sebo.
Premies must have had something allergic reaction to something. A year I spent with 2 babies who don't sleep. So talk to me in 365 days. If you get another one.
How do you settle them? What's your fucking go-to?
When? Now? We tried everything in the beginning. Everyone's like, get a snoo. Okay. Can someone lend us 2 snoos? This is actually worse than before. Just tap them on. Nothing is working. Okay. Nothing is working. But now
just tell them to shh.
The 5 S's, sway, shush, skin to skin. None of it's working. I've tried. I came into work sometimes with no sleep because I tried every single fucking thing in the book, and sometimes it just doesn't work.
And so nothing worked at all?
No, nothing worked at all. Eventually, now they're fine. They just get up at 4 a.m. That's all.
Well, you get up at 4 anyway, like the old man.
Yeah, I do. But it kind of wears thin when it's like you get the option sometimes to sleep until 7. When you don't get that, it starts to get a little bit.
Yeah, if you get up at 4 on your own terms, then you feel like you're doing something right. But if you're just getting up for someone else, you're like, this is fucked.
Yeah.
This is fucked. Anyway, Roo, you've got that to look forward to whenever you decide to bear children yourself, good sir. Not fun. Not fun. What is fun is having a couple of punts with your mates. And week 2 felt good, felt better than week 1. Eddie, do you want to do some accountability? And then I think before we get to the bets, we talk about new rules.
Yes, new rules are...
No, before we bet. So
okay.
Let's do accountability and then we'll get to new rules.
So accountability, Knights defeated the Dolphins, 26-12. I had a DILF bet that got nowhere. Sebo had a tripled under 46.5. Sebastian, congrats.
Yeah, I'll
Good
take
week for you,
that.
I think.
Shit, I didn't really... doubled.
Double.
Did you give him a triple odds X? That's double.
Ooh.
Serious
Speak amongst yourself and I'll...
Dilf brain over here doesn't fucking pay attention to anything. He's off the fucking
Speak amongst
reservation.
yourselves.
So how'd you feel there, Seb?
It was pretty good. The first half didn't look like it was going to happen. It was there or thereabouts. And then I actually quite like death riding the unders when it's two teams you don't really care about. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really have anyone super coach, maybe Ponga or something. Like, he'd already gone all right. So, it's just fun little death ride. It was also, it's a great bet when you're with your in-laws as well and you're lying on the floor pretending you're stretching out your back, but you've just got it on silent in front of you under the table and you get to watch under. So, you don't have to hear the commentary. You just need to see drop balls, incomplete sets, you know, just... So, it's a good bet.
That's great. So, that's an in-law bet right there. You're just trying to kill time.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, do you refer to the back often if you're just like, oh, sorry guys, back's playing
Well,
up?
like I prefer to I stretch out at night usually anyway. So like
you're an
just,
athlete.
Yeah.
Sonny Bill Williams always did that.
Exactly. So it's just, you know, babies as well crawling all over you. It's like I'm a floor guy with my babies as well. It's just like instead of trying to entertain them with all these toys and sit, just get on their level, let them crawl over you, and they're happy.
Yeah.
Was that under 42?
Was
it under 42? Was that
46?
46.
46 and a half, yeah.
So that Osako try wouldn't have changed it. That would have broke my heart.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys,
It would
I
have been
was
us getting up and him losing, I thought, but tough.
That was great watching.
Dude, you fucked me so hard.
Yeah,
with
but
that
it's
Osaka
tactic.
thing.
It's
No,
tactics.
listen, I get it. I do understand. I appreciate that. And honestly, once the game started, I was like, okay, there is not a... Like, I remain positive, but I was like, there's no way Osaka was going over this whole game. It just felt like he was not going to fucking score.
And you had him tripped.
No, I know I did, yeah.
Warriors 36 defeat the Seagulls 16. This was a tough 80 minutes. Just a really tough 80 minutes if you're a Manly fan. Fuck me dead. First 10. Beautiful stuff.
First 10 was hot. Obviously, I had Tommy Turbo first try score at $8. You respect that. You obviously have to respect the gameplay there. I saw it in the stars. I saw it in the tea leaves. $8 is not a lot, and I did say that in the group. I was like, look, I'm not stoked with the odds, but Rue did lift me up, like on the wings of angels, and said you're never going to turn your nose up at a first try scorer bet, and that did actually make me feel better.
It takes courage. Yeah, short odds, but it's...
Well, it took courage.
They're
And he's
courageous.
Yeah, I back it.
Now, Rue. Four-legger, Metcalf, Lehigh, Saab, and RTS. Lehigh letting you down.
Did I only miss by one?
Yeah.
That was the bet I hated the most this week too.
$19.55.
Ooh.
A Lehigh-less situation.
Yeah, that hurts.
Second week in a row that
Forgot about
Lehigh has caused some consternation within the panel, amongst the panel.
I know. And then you have a look at him again this week, and he's short as
Short.
fuck. And I'm like,
Too short.
come on.
Does he play fullback?
Quite possibly. I kind of hope. If he doesn't, then I trust that Tommy's completely fine.
Well, it was just awareness he went off with.
That's enough, dude.
And the
Awareness
game was
is
done.
awareness.
And the game was done.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an internal policy where it's like, dude, if we're getting humped and you feel anything, get off. And that's it.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, this is across the board we're seeing this, so I don't want our good friends at Ned's to feel like this is a personal attack. But fuck me, there's some short odds for try scorers in week 3, and it's hard for me to do anything but pick like basically props anytime.
Was there a Stone Street at $1.25?
I think I saw a Stone Street at $1.25.
It's tough
or an
out
AFB
there.
at $2.70. It's tough out there for punters.
It's brutal out there.
To get some value.
so-
Feels like it's AFL goal scorer
Listen,
territory.
we're with you, punters. We are. Roosters 38 defeated Panthers 32 with one of the great games. Fuck, it was good to watch. I had Daniel Tupou before kickoff at $3.30 because I thought to myself, okay, $3.30 for a winger?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Hook that to my fucking veins.
That's a good
Again,
bet.
Stone Street's what, $1.25 this week? You take 3.30s every day of the week.
It's actually dumb that no one did that.
Yeah, like not only are you taking a winger at 3.30, you're taking, I think, a top 10 winger of all time at 3.30. It's crazy. It's a really
And
good bet.
I got to be honest with you, I'm liking the little partnership him and Marky Mark are starting to develop. Mark can draw and pass,
Yeah, he
baby.
can.
He can draw men in.
I will say, I think this is
Draw me
the
like one of your French
advantage-
girls, Mark.
Yeah.
This is the advantage of betting Friday afternoon
Yes.
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of Wednesday morning.
Well, it didn't show
And
my
you gotta
betting.
take
Though,
it.
mate. It didn't show my betting.
That's a cracker.
I got one.
Yeah, well, that's it, though.
I got one. Tubes, 3.30. We love that.
No, that's good. Can I just say credit to me for being brave and bold enough to take the Roosters plus 29.5.
Well, that was a dumb, mate. Again,
Dumb line.
I'm back to big, thick, fat lines. I'm taking that P.
Slugs.
That plus.
You're taking slugs.
I'm taking a plus.
Yep.
They're too meaty, bro.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so what do we reckon a dumb line is? Like, what do you have to get over for the line to be dumb?
16.
16?
I reckon 14.
But so like,
More than 2 converted tries.
now I did this. This is just I had Eels 16.5 against the Storm, and that got fucking gold.
Exception, not the example. I
Yeah,
think.
right.
How much
Exception.
is
You've got to remember, you got to think about the sides a little bit.
Melbourne round 1 in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Eels,
Yeah.
no Moses.
But Eels. So
What's Brycey C done? What's Brycey C done?
Pissed in someone's coffee. It's like
What
it
has
doesn't
Brycey
exist.
C got to do? Even Ryan Madison, a former Origin player fame, but like, what's Brycey C? He's not even spotted.
He's not even in the extended. Yeah.
He's not even
He
fucking
played
anywhere.
40 minutes in reserve grade.
he's shitting someone's coffee.
Maybe he's
I
got a
don't
bigger
reckon,
dick than the coach.
But if you're rebuilding and you're gutting stuff out, like as fun as Brycey C probably is probably the first gut that you throw out.
Yeah, when you got a
Maybe.
front rower as head coach, I can see a world where Bryce might not quite fit the criteria.
Yeah, fair. Jay Cole didn't get over for you and me, Roo, which was disappointing. That fucked a couple of young, honest Australians, didn't it?
Yeah, he was pretty average, Jack Cole, too, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
that was a tough one.
Yeah. In hindsight, when you're taking plus 21.5, you probably just take like another try scorer, don't you? You might just get over instead of the fucking 6.
Yes, you do.
You know?
Yeah.
You probably do,
Got
Tom.
greedy.
Yeah.
Listen, he's a big odds guy. Lippy was also a Toto short of a $14.50
Toto 2
multi.
plus, or did he get-
No,
did
but
Toto
Toto
get over
scored
one?
one.
Yeah, right.
But the Lippy does hit in the next game. Rabbitohs 25 defeat the Dragons 24 with a monster, biggest of the year, I believe. Tuipulotu, Gray, Cody, Walker, and either team by 12 or less for 22-25. Well done to the Lippy.
That was a great bet.
That's unreal.
For Matt Scott, I will say I was death riding Humphreys after seeing Tuipulotu and Gray go over and all the shit we gave Sebo.
Yeah.
I was like, Jamie, do not score a fucking try, son. Do not score a
and
try.
he didn't.
No, he didn't. Thank you.
No, but it's good to have, like, they went over early. So I had about 60 minutes of, like, $19 unit kind of footy to watch. And it didn't happen, but, you know, sometimes, as I said, the action is the juice. Just watching in the 60 minutes. So I'm happy with that.
No, I get you.
Sharks defeated the Cowboys 36-12. Cowboys stink.
Yeah, they do.
They're an awful rugby league side,
Yep.
brah. That's to Rando over there, who we haven't introduced, but he's around. Tom, Nicola, and Teague Wilton, 30-45.
Thank you. That was my first bet of the year, I think.
It was.
13,
No,
14.
second. You had Tommy Turbo.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. You start racking up bets, you forget what's what. Nicola Teague. I tell you what, the greatest thing I did last week was I didn't get greedy. My eyes were initially too big for my stomach. I got talked into adding an AFB into that, and I went back. I stopped the next segment. I said, hold on a second. Something's not right here. I went back and I removed AFB. It would have been 43-43, but it would have been nothing. Nicola and Teague. It was actually quite an astute bet from me, I think.
Self-control of a Jedi over there.
Oh,
Very
dude,
impressive.
real self-control.
Yeah, I thought that was a breadcrumb, wasn't?
No, it wasn't. Well, we civilianed up on it, and it was not.
I thought it was a breadcrumb. Was not a breadcrumb. Sebo had Nicola at 3.30. Nice, Seb.
Yeah, just an
Not a
easy.
bad week, mate.
Mate, it's just an easy bet. 3.30 for an anytime try scorer against the Cows, just a second rower. Like, Tom's got both of them. You just need one of them and you get up.
Yep.
That's it. Now, Raiders 32 defeat the Broncos 22.
No one saw this coming.
Great game. I didn't. I had the Broncos 13 plus tripled. Worst bet of the season. Awful stuff. Awful stuff. Tom had Broncos minus 12.5 and an Arthurs. Sebo was a Shibasaki short after Raiders plus 8.5 into a Cobbo.
Yeah.
And Guru was a Hosking short after a Cobbo into Raiders plus 16.5.
I got to tell you, when Matty Nicholson was named on the right edge instead of Hosking and crashed over for a double, that was fucking heartbreaking for me. Absolutely heartbreaking.
I loved it from a you perspective.
That hurt.
He's injured again, that bastard.
Yeah, he's very unlucky. He's incredibly unlucky. Zach Hosking.
6 weeks, broken hand or something? Damn.
Yeah, he's just come back from a broken hand. Yeah.
Listen, no one expected the Broncos to lose that game, so my minus 12.5 Broncos line is probably still a good bet, right? It's just the Cosmos was working against us this week. Blood moon on Friday. Arthur's, though, kid can score rugby league tries. Kid's a fucking football, that's for damn sure. And that may be reflected in my betting moving forward. Edward.
I think you and the rest of the world.
We got him in a civvy. We got Arthur's 2 plus in a civvy.
plus in a civvy. Back-to-back tries for Arthurs, and that was...
No, that was good stuff. Good civilian.
That was just hot, honest rugby league. Tigers 32 defeat the Eels 6. You're an Iongi short, Tom. Both about even-wise and Sevilli-wise.
And Sevilli-wise. Yeah, Sevilli would have been great as well.
I was a Pansini short. Sebo, Tigers 1-12. Guru, Eels 1-12. Lomax and May, nothing doing.
Geez, the Tigers 1-12. You think you're in when they scored 2 or 3 tries early on. You're like, this is it. It's the Tigers are going to let a few in. Like, this is the best bet of all time. And it's just like, what's going on? The Eels that shit?
No, they are. The line was where it was at.
The Eels are the Tigers in disguise now.
Yep.
The Tigers in disguise. Bulldogs 40 to defeat the Titans 24. I had Dogs 13+ into Jacob Preston, into Stephen Crichton. Stephen Crichton let me down.
Stephen Crichton hasn't scored this year, I don't believe.
Tommy B. Wilson, Brumon, D for feeder, nothing doing.
See,
that's
like an unlucky. That's try scorers to score tries in a game of rugby league, and it just didn't happen.
And there were points.
And there were points, right? So you got a game with points, and you got try scorers who score tries.
There wasn't no points. There was points. It wasn't like there was no points.
No, and $31 for try scorers to score tries, unlucky. I
Like
think.
there was definitely points.
Yeah, there was.
In the unit scoopers, we were all pretty fucking far away. I was 2 from 4. Tom had AFB first try scorer, nothing doing there. Sebo 2 from 7. Guru 2 from 5. And the Lippy none from 3.
I actually have a bone to pick about that. Rando said it was going to be fucking wet up there in Townsville, so I went AFB. Big guy, likes to score tries. They're going to keep it tight. They're going to play tight rugby league.
I investigated him and he used Apple Weather. Like,
You
I
said
didn't
you
use
didn't use
Apple Weather.
Apple
I used Weather Zone. And now both of them have been sacked and we won't be talking about it. We've got a new
You've always
weather
been
app.
a bit questionable with your meteorologist stuff. With your weather stuff.
you said
I think
Apple
I'm more
first
accurate than the
before,
bomb.
then
Because
you got
you're a bit vague for my liking. You're like, oh, it's going to be wet, maybe 1 to 5. Like
1 to 5 ain't
if
that
you-
wet
it's
anyway.
It's not wet.
It's
wet.
got to be 10, 15 mil for it to be
1 to
wet.
5's
1 to
June.
5
I played in like 5 to 10 the
Don't
other day
worry.
in golf. It wasn't that
1
wet.
mil's just a bit of drizzle, mate.
I understand that. I'll
Didn't
be
even
better. I
fucking
will be
rain. They
better.
had a drinks break, for fuck's sake. They had a drinks break. It was so hot. Jesus Christ.
Don't
I've got
make,
AFB.
don't make us take your weather girl duties away,
Please
mate.
don't.
Fuck.
The one thing I look forward to on the show.
in
Just
the hot
quickly,
seat.
Sebo, do you think that Rando is disappearing further and further behind that wall every
Yeah.
week?
I mean, I
what?
don't even turn to him
I
because
know, I can't even fucking
can't
see
even
him. Some weeks
at
I
all.
can see him.
see him.
Yeah, I know you can.
He's hot.
You know,
Thank you.
Hot seat. Guess what? I'm going to blow your minds. Went down again.
Yeah.
It's 0-3 to start the season. I think in the history of the hot seat now, 36 bets, if my memory serves. I think we've hit 1 or 2, maybe 3.
I think we've hit 3 to 4 at max. We've all hit
I hit a
one.
couple
These are
last season.
$1.90 odds, by the way.
Yeah,
These
I
are
know.
coin flips. You're better off going in going, who's going to win the toss?
Yeah.
You'd have more luck.
Listen, we've all hit one. I don't know if you've hit one.
Yeah, I think you're the
I
only
haven't
one.
hit one.
No,
I hit like 3
I've hit
last
one.
hot seat because I did a couple and then got the.
I've hit nothing.
No, you haven't hit anything.
Now, leaderboard.
This is the first time this has happened, I think.
The Lippy won.
Well done, Lippy.
Well
Matt
done, mate.
Scott, Adam Scott.
With,
Great
and I had to double check this because this was shocking. Exactly 0. It was even. Even
Zero.
Steven. 0 units.
About even.
Didn't go up, didn't
Very
go down.
even.
Not even 0.1, not even 0.01. 0.
And that's
1 from
never
9.
happened.
Never seen it. Never seen it. Tom was 2 from 9 minus 2.62. Sebo 2 from 9 minus 3.48. I was 1 from 9 minus 9.46. And Guru 0 from 9 minus 10.97.
That triple fucked me, didn't it?
Triple fucked you, bruh. Sebo's double
My doubles.
were no good.
Rue minus 10.97 units is a big drop for a guy that's,
Yeah, it was a tough weekend for me. I'm looking forward to the new rules. They're going to protect me from myself.
yes.
We will
yeah.
get to the new rules in a moment. Overall leaderboard, Sebo, the only one in the green, 3.91. Then Rue, minus 1.8. Lippy, minus 4.62. Tom, minus 10.41. And me, where I'm fucking getting very familiar with, dead last, minus 11.04.
Well, water
In the
finds its
80s.
level.
In the 80s.
Yeah, Tom and I in the 80s. Yep.
Water finds its level, mate.
Yeah, it
Not
does.
for me, but for you. This is your shit.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Jeez, it's like you only need like
That's
10 of those
accountability.
weeks and you're done. It can evaporate real quick.
Yeah, it can.
Like,
You got to fucking switch on.
And then if it does, then it's like you've just got to, you've got to lobby for more cash.
Well, or
from the bank.
you just go to fucking.
when you're running out, you start
50,
doing 50 to 1 bet.
You can hang around.
No, you can.
and
that's all I was doing last season.
hope to hit a scooper.
Now,
All right, let's go.
Well, we're going to do some rule changes, some slight rule changes here. Now, one of them is we can only do 1 triple a week. We feel like the triple needs to have meaning, and if you got 2, it doesn't have much meaning. So we're going 1 triple a week.
A maximum of.
Yes.
You don't have to triple.
You don't have to triple, but you have 1 triple to use at your discretion, at your disposal. The other one is your bets will not count if they are not shared to your Ned's profile. So as we arrive in, and is that, I mean, I don't know if you can check whether it was shared pre-game or whatever, like you surely can.
Yeah, it does give a timestamp.
Yes,
You
timestamp?
use a timestamp
Great.
so we can.
So your bets need to be shared to the Ned's profile for them to count, not just getting them on, which is something that I've struggled with in the past. The next one we have is because we have noticed that when you have a week where you're away, a la myself and Edward in the past, where we haven't made a week, betting game day is quite an advantage. And we want to introduce a wild card where you have 1 game or 1 bet, 1 opportunity to change your bet on the day of the game. This could be done tactically because, you know, Rue's triple stake goes down the night before and you had a triple stake and you were like, fuck, I need one to sort of match it with him. I could just change it to an easy win here.
Or just because someone's ruled out.
Or just because someone's
exactly.
ruled out.
So maybe you've got like the Rabbitohs tripled and then Humphries isn't playing.
Yeah.
You go, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Duck.
Yes.
Yep.
Need to change that.
Yep.
You don't have to play one. You can play one if you want, but you've only got, and they don't accrue either. So it's like it's just
So
one a
you
week.
can back out of a triple with your wild card.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh.
I'm not huge on that. I reckon if you
But if you
put on a
triple
triple-
stake something
if you triple
and
it and the
fucking
halfback's out,
Yeah.
that's just like...
that's like it's an
do
unreasonable.
you fucking read a book? Do your research.
What do you mean, mate? Fucking read a book.
So Turbo this weekend, is he playing or not?
I don't know. That's
Yeah,
why
well,
I'm not
there you go.
tripling
Well,
Manly.
there you
It's
fucking
because I'm not dumb enough to triple Manly.
Okay, but then what about someone who goes down late in the week by accident? Like, you know, you don't know.
Training incident. So
I
you're
think,
saying...
I think you should stand by your triples. That's how.
so
I
you can't
say it.
back out of a triple, is that what you're saying?
I won't be backing out of triples. I'll tell you that much. For
Well, that's
free,
fine
okay?
for you, and that may be reflected in the scoreboard moving forward. Because I mean, what are you going to triple this week? I mean,
I've got
now the
2
rules have
triples in
changed.
there. I'll decide which
now the
one
rules
I'm
have
gonna
changed. You
triple.
can't triple every bet like you usually do. But let's just say you could. You tell me you wouldn't back out of a triple if you had South fucking 13 plus, and then Latrell gets like injured the day before the game.
I think you should have to stand by your triples. I think it's
No
what makes it great.
fucking.
But
I mean, I can
Each
kind
their
of see
own.
both sides. Like, if you had a line bet and Cleary got ruled out, I understand that. But if you just get cold feet, because I like the idea, a lot of
Okay.
us triple in the heat of the moment, and it has a lot of emotion, and usually that's the clips that goes up online. And if you
So
just
you
go,
can't back out of a triple.
Well, hold on. What about this? You can't back out of a triple if it's emotion based. Like if someone's injured.
Too specific.
No, but what I
Let's
mean
just
is,
clean it up.
what I mean is, if there's like a big name player that drops out of the side, I think that dramatically changes the reason, like the bet itself, right? Like you've got a team to fucking win at the line or whatever it is, and their best player goes down. You're like, well, I'm fucked here.
How about if you wild
As opposed
card
to
out of a
getting
triple,
cold feet.
you have to make up that triple next week.
Jesus, it's getting convoluted now, isn't it? I hear you though.
no,
I don't think you should just be able to walk away from
This is
triples.
simpler. This is way simpler. If you back out of a triple and replace it, you've just got to replace it with a triple. But if you start doing some
Yeah.
fucking 50
Yeah,
to 1,
good. Yes.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
You replace it
So a
with
triple.
another triple.
Yeah.
That took longer than it should.
Yeah, that was actually very straightforward.
But we did get there.
So you can change the
Full
bet. It still
minds.
needs to be triple.
Ned full minds on these things.
Great idea, Seb.
Can I add in as well, boys? We mentioned a few weeks ago that I went to Vegas. You were giving me a 4-week period for Kai Pearce-Paul to score his first try. He's now been suspended for 2 weeks. He'll return in round 4. What I want to do, I want to go round 8, 9, 10, and 11. I'm going to take Kai Pearce-Paul.
And what
4
did you
weeks.
get?
It was either I give you guys a unit each or you give me a unit each.
Perfect.
So
Rounds 8, 9, 10, 11.
rounds 8 against the Warriors, 9 against South Sydney, 10 against the Titans, 11 against the Eels. He could score 4 in that after.
Well, he could also get suspended again, and then you
He could also score none.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go.
We're on.
All right, now that we've cleared up the rules and worked them out and thrashed them out in front of you all, let's get to some betting. The first game, Storm Panthers, Amy Park. We're also doing a live stream. Sebo joining me and a yet-to-be-named guest. Storm Panthers, Amy Park, $1.33 for the Storm, $3.35 for the Panthers, 8.5 the line. The total points, 45.5. Now, for the first official time, the weatherman who can't tell the weather, random stats guy. How are you, sir?
Good, mate. I mean, it's been a very tough weekend. Not only did the Cowboys get absolutely pummeled to death, but the bloke with Heath Mason as his flex defeated me in Supercoach as well.
Guess which guy he's talking about.
There's no one else with Heath Mason. We know, mate.
Suck a dick. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, we recover, and this weather report is brought to you by Aki Weather, which was provided by Sebo. So if there's any complaints, it's Sebo's fault this time.
Yeah,
so,
but you better be cross-referencing morning and afternoon. Like, you can't just go it's raining 5
don't
mils
you
over
worry.
the day and
Don't
say
you
it's wet. It
worry.
could be at 6 a.m.
Great point.
there'll be
He's
50
rattled. He's like, wait, what?
there'll be 15 millimetres of rain expected in the afternoon in Melbourne.
There we go.
During kickoff, it will be 1.5 millimetres expected during play. So it will be a wet one there in
Dry.
Melbourne.
Percentages?
That's dry.
Percentages?
Percentages, I think it was like 60%, 70% in the
60%
afternoon.
of 1.5 is basically dry.
It's dry.
Yeah,
It's dry.
There you go. It'll be dry.
Yeah.
The Storm, they have never lost a Thursday night game at Amy Park, winning all 15 games. The Storm's 2 wins against the Panthers in their last 6 meetings were also on Thursdays as well. So I do like the Storm in this one. For try scorers, Harry Grant, he's been on a heater. He's scored in 5 of his last 6 games. He's scored 7 tries in his last 5 games at Amy Park. Of course, he scored last time against the Panthers in that grand final too.
He has an incredible strike rate when he mentions Harry Grant that he crosses to. Something I'm starting to notice.
Does he?
Really. You don't
he
get many
kinda
right,
does.
but Harry Grant, you
First
sent me on
compliment of
money
the show. We're half an
Well,
hour
he
in.
did just follow it up with you don't get many right.
I'm just
Harry
gonna
Grant is
take
good
Grant.
with, though.
I'm just going to take Grant because I've got no fucking idea about this game. And I don't think you're getting value in certain spots. Anything could happen. Did Penrith often lose 2 in a row? No, but a Storm absolutely on fire, and Penrith don't have Dylan Edwards and things like that, blah, blah, blah. I came in here leaving it open to Rando. Rue solidified it. 285, Harry Grant.
Yeah, I ummed and ahed about this fucking game all last night, just because you can't rule out, you can't write off champion teams in the Panthers, but fuck, the Storm looks so good. They look so hot and horny. I was close to tripling all kinds of things in this game. Got scared as a little putty cat, Tom. Scared as a little putty cat, dude. So I did have To'o. I'll tell you why. I do have To'o still, because he's big game. He seems to score all the time in big games, and the Panthers will consider this a big game, 100%. Likely their grand final contender if Manly doesn't get their shit together. I pray that they do, but if they don't, it's likely a repeat of last year, I've got to tell you. So To'o goes in, and I did have Jerome Hughes, but I'm going to back my boy early this year. Randa, I'm going to back you in, son. Harry Grant, $6.04 for both of those.
I'm just going the scope bet again because it's a tough game to pick. Now, the scope bet doesn't come off but this game's hard to pick, so fuck it. Wingers to score in a game where wingers score. That sounds like a very basic explanation for a bet, and you'd be right. So that's Grant.
Lazy with these, aren't you?
No, it's a scope
Scope has
bet.
a family at home. Like, why do you keep dragging him through the mud
Scope
every
bet.
fucking week?
Scope bet in Melbourne.
You put you basically put 7 bets on a week, and then the other one's just autofill.
Well, the scope bet if it's in Melbourne.
It's an autofill bet.
Yeah, if it's in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you just autofill losses.
Well, we'll see, because it actually was only 1 try score away from getting up the other day. So
I might
it's-
even just pre-fill my spreadsheet this year for just
Well,
like
if it's
scope
Melbourne,
bets
if
all
it's
the way
Melbourne,
down.
then you should do that because I will be going scope bet until it hits, basically.
we're glad we cleared that
so
up,
who's
'cause-
that? Coates.
Stop pretending like you're putting thought into it.
Dude, there's no thought into a scope bet. The formula is there. It's not my formula. Otherwise, it'd be called a Tom bet. Scope bet. All 4 wingers to score in Melbourne. Coates, Grant,
Casey.
McLean.
For now.
For now, 16.02.
I'm going to take the Panthers plus 12.5, and coming off a loss like that, I think Nathan Cleary is a big game. Take him to score, $5.61.
I hate that bet.
Again, I don't know. I've got no idea what's going to
idea.
happen in this game.
Yeah,
Fucking none.
No one
Scope
does.
bet, dude.
No one
Lippy?
does.
Who's that Lippy?
Yeah, who's that?
His name's Harry O'Dea, I believe. He sent me through a lot of winning
The Boondock
sleeps.
Saints about
Harry
that.
O'Dea.
Yeah, very Boondock Saints.
Harry O'Dea.
And it's also St. Paddy's Day the other day, wasn't it? Yeah, there we are.
How do you spell Daya?
I think D.
Like Zendaya?
It's like DEA, O'Dea. O'Dea.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think he's a Kiwi. He said he was an Eels fan, so felt sorry for him. But he's been hitting some bets, like some good bets.
Okay.
So I thought, all right, give him a go.
You don't need to feel sorry for him being Kiwi. You're just an Eels fan.
Yeah.
Storm -5.5. Green Anderson 6.18.
Beautiful. Let's move on. Cool. Wars Roosters. Shock horror. The Wars are at 6 p.m. on a Friday. Now we've got $1.87 for the Warriors. The Roosters $1.95. They were over $2 yesterday, but as of time of recording, it has come in. Go Media Stadium. The Lions 1.5 and the total's 49.5. Rando.
It's going to be dry in Auckland, so don't have to worry about any rain whatsoever. The Roosters...
It'll be fucking shitting out of me.
It's going to be pissing down now. The Roosters, they have won their last 8 matches against the Warriors. More impressively is that they haven't conceded a point at Go Media in their last 161 minutes of footy there, keeping the Warriors scoreless at home in each of their last 2 meetings at the venue. For try scorers, the Warriors, they have conceded 86% of their tries down their left edge. Whilst Dom Young is the obvious option at right wing with a 100% strike rate in 2024 and 3 tries in his last 3 games against the Warriors, I can't help but notice that his centre partner, Robert Toya, is $3.50 for this game. A right centre has scored in 3 of the last 5 games against the Wars.
Rando with some value.
Rando, you turning me on today, son.
Did you? It's the haircut, mate. You're turning me on.
Rando.
350.
I'm taking that.
Yeah.
You best fucking believe, ladies and gentlemen. That's a hot stat, Rando. Roo, you don't seem moved at all by that, so I'm just going to go to you first.
Yeah, I was going to triple this one, but changing rules, I have something else I'm going to triple this week. Boys, I love Daniel Tupu in this game. Going up against Torpiki, I think that your mate, Marky Mark, that offload is insane at the moment.
It's insane.
That left edge for Roosters looked fantastic last week. Going up against the right edge of the Warriors, Leotawa, young guy, Torpiki, smaller body. I think Tupu will be a kick target to him. I think if he just gets one-on-one with him, he'll score. So Tupu at $4.40 for a double. I'm happy to take that one. Tupes for me this week.
Hot.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my original bet because Toops got it done for me last week, and I'm just a huge fan of his rugby league work. I like the Roosters here, bro. I don't know how the fuck they're outsiders. Brave win last week. The Warriors unconvincing for me. Like, yeah, they beat Manly, but Manly, I will make a very strong point here, punters and dribblers. The Warriors did not beat Manly. Manly beat themselves.
Yep.
They were fucking toilet last week after the first 10 minutes.
The game was lost
absolutely toilet. The game was won until it was lost after 10 minutes.
Well, no, because there was a blood moon, and I don't know that anyone who's, people who aren't into their cosmos shit wouldn't know this, but a blood moon is a bad omen for a travelling team to a nation full of Maoris. So the blood moon
there is that, exactly. And also Manly just basically shit down their own throats.
How often do we see the blood moon?
It's a great question. Not often. Not often.
Wouldn't be, but it's not often. Like, it's not super rare. It's not like a fucking eclipse. There you go.
Weird it wasn't in the weather report last week.
Well, you'd think,
Yeah,
but I think we've established already that he has lots of work to do when it comes to weather.
He's also not we probably need a cosmos girl.
Blood moon.
I wouldn't mind. You know what we need? A woo-woo person.
A woo-woo girl.
Someone to come in, just do some cards every now and then.
Yeah.
What's happening? Do we need to charge our crystals? I'm getting
Dude,
more
we need a
woo-woo the older
girl.
I get.
Yeah. I think we need a woo-woo girl. We've got a weatherman. Let's get a woo-woo girl. Or guy, but I just like someone to come in and...
Could Tobler do it in little
Fuck
Dixie
no,
shorts?
dude. No, that'd ruin it. That'd be disgusting.
Tobler in the Dixies?
We need someone who's into that world, I think, to like give us some betting advice.
Yeah, just go to, I don't know, somewhere in Eastern Europe. Go to hike up to a cave and just go take one of those old ladies.
We need a witch.
We need a real one.
We need a real witch.
Real one, not a fake one.
We don't need a
not
Byron,
an Instagram one.
No, not a Byron Bay witch.
Yeah,
we need a real witch.
A real witch, and just like matrix into a head.
I want a witch.
Okay, reach out, witches. This
If you're
is
a
an
witch,
official ad for witches.
Swear to God it is. Reach out, witches. Roosters
This is a
$2.3.
paid witch gig, all right? We need you to know that. You will be paid to peddle your wares, to be a witch.
Look how far we've progressed as a species. Once upon a time, you were burned at the stake.
Yeah. Now we want you to...
You're getting paid.
Now we want you to be in the
bet
biggest
on rugby
betting
league.
show in the country.
Look at that. People say that we haven't progressed, but that's progression, baby.
Yeah, that is.
You're getting paid to bet on rugby league instead of getting burnt at the stake.
Yeah.
Now, again, let me finish. Roosters $2.3.
Sebo, have you gone, buddy?
Not really. I mentioned that I'm going to take Rando's Toya. I'm going to take Roosters for the win there as well. 5.92 for the Roosters. Like, I get it that the Warriors beat Manly, but like...
No, but Manly lost because of the blood moon. We better.
Was it actually blood moon? Because
No, it was a
I
blood
didn't see
moon.
any blood moon.
It was a blood in New Zealand.
Were you in New Zealand, mate?
I didn't know.
Were you in New Zealand?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
You didn't
right.
even know where the game was played.
But I was looking
You're
at
not
the
even
moon
paying attention
all
to rugby
weekend.
league,
It was
are
a
you?
full moon.
You weren't in fucking New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
Grow up.
So where's the blood coming
Grow
from?
up,
then?
mate.
If it's,
I'm not Maori.
but where did like surely if the moon's red, just over there, it's red here as well.
I don't
not
know,
necessarily, mate.
Seb.
Because I've seen a few blood moons in my day.
Yeah, I've seen bloody.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I've seen
Yeah,
bloody
yeah.
moons.
Have I?
That we once saw one rise from the South Bondi RSL.
Oh yeah, dude. That was
serious
actually
bloody.
that was fucking mad.
So yeah, anyway, 5.92 for that. That's great value for a centre and Roosters who should be favourites. But again, this is round fucking 3. So who knows,
No, who knows?
what the hell. But I feel these teams are even because they've both got slaughtered. Then they both had their bounce back. So they're kind of an even playing field again.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
almost round 1 for them. So 5.92.
I'm adding Toya in, which obviously is concerned. Oh, no, we aren't all on Toya there. I'm adding Toya in, though. I like that. And I've also got Marky Mark because he was on the podcast and I like him. There is also a breadcrumb here that I bumped into Angus Crichton at the beach and I was going to put him in, but I thought that was...
Didn't you also bump into Victor Radley, who's back?
I don't consent.
I did.
A breadcrumb's not bumping
Mate,
into
the Roosters
someone.
are getting troops back this week. I don't know why they're outsiders.
Like they've got a
Lenu,
decent team.
Victor...
And
Collins.
Like, what's doing?
I think people are waiting to see if they got all the wagons together last week and went all in on that game. I
Yeah.
think that's the concern.
But they're still a good enough.
Are you concerned?
I'm not convinced.
Right.
That they've
Hold
turned
on.
around
I've
yet.
just got to check what my bet would be paying if I just went to Roosters players I've seen in the last fucking 7 days.
That's probably a bit more pure.
Yeah, I think you're right, dude. Even though I like Toya, it really is. Crichton, yeah, fuck that. Sorry, Crichton, Victor, $23.
I don't hate it.
They're both on the edge.
I don't hate it.
He's
Victor
Well,
Yes.
Victor's in the middle.
23.31. That's a good bet, actually. I'm fucking loving that.
Lippy, Dom Young, Tupou, RTS, and
Tuapiki.
Tuapiki, 8.16. That's
Tuapiki's my new favourite name in rugby league as well, by the way.
4 try scores for $8.
I'll double check that.
Jesus
But-
Christ, that seems diabolical.
Well, Dom Young's paying nothing. Tupou would be paying nothing. RTS on the wing, nothing.
Yeah.
Tuapiki on the
I
wing.
actually think that might be right.
Well,
Hold
I
on. Let
don't.
me
I
just-
hate that bet.
No, it's a shit bet
I hate that bet. That's a shit bet.
for Boondog Saints.
You like some of these wingers. It's the round to avoid wingers. I feel.
Well, I do remember though. I hate to go over it again. Last year were better odds earlier.
Yeah, but there's been some blowouts this year already.
Yeah, there
so
has.
as soon as there's
Dude,
a
I'm
few
pretty sure
blowouts-
betting agencies globally, and by globally I mean in the country, got their fucking buttholes ripped apart on the Storm Eels game, and they probably all just went, okay, we need to just woo up. Because that Storm Eels game fucked a few people.
Gillaroos wouldn't have helped the week before too.
Gillaroos.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, on we go.
Yeah, that is correct. Odds 8.16.
Yuck.
Try scores.
Yuck, O'Day. Yuck. Broncos, Cowboys, Suncorp Stadium, Friday night, 8:30, 8 p.m., whatever it is. $1.15 for the Broncos, $5.60 for the Cowboys. Not long enough odds for the Cows. 17.5 is the line and 51.5 is the total points. Rando, some honest stats about your side that sucks.
The AccuWeather says it will be dry come kickoff for this game. Very humid as well, 92% humidity rate. It's the biggest line we've seen in a Queensland derby dating back to 2013. The previous biggest was -7.5 back in 2022. I'm so disrespected by that line, I'm not going to entertain any results here. Rather, I'll look at the overs and unders because the last 7 Broncos-Cowboys games have gone over the points handicap. 8 of the last 9 Broncos-Cowboys games at Suncorp have gone over the points handicap as well. For try scorers, it's redemption week. Jeremiah Nanai, he is back on the bench for the Cowboys. He scored 7 tries in 6 games at Suncorp and 6 tries in 5 games against the Bronx. He's $3.90.
What's the biggest line ever covered?
Biggest line ever covered?
Yeah, in
that
this
is a
derby.
great question. In this derby,
Yeah.
it's
Is that going to be hard for you to work
But probably
out?
since the derby was a derby. Like, I feel it only really
Like
became-
7.5 points seems like a fuckload.
I'll see when was the last time
You think
7.5
so
was
for the
placed.
Cows and the Broncos?
Yeah, but I feel
But it's
like
Derby
they-
for a
but
while now. Probably 20 years.
The
I
last
reckon,
two,
now.
20, you reckon?
Yeah.
last two meetings last season, the Broncos won by 20 plus in each game. So that's probably where it's
Not
coming
before
from.
Thurston, though, right? Surely
Well,
not.
Thurston arrived 20 years ago.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're old.
Yeah.
We're old now. Question here. Jake Clifford, was he dropped? Or is
had
he
a
in
hernia.
an injury or comeback, or has Duffy just been
Duffy
shot?
started. Clifford had an injury to start the season. He played Q Cup last week. He's now back in at halfback. So.
Okay, so it wasn't so much Duffy helming two god-awful losses, which he did, but that Clifford's also back.
Yeah, but, I mean, he was available last week. They still went with Duffy. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bit harsh on Tom Duffy, personally.
You think he should have gone again?
I would have, yeah. What would you have done?
Sorry?
Would you have kept Tom Duffy in? I just think it's pretty rough for the...
I think now that Todd Payton has an ultimatum on his coaching career, he's starting to play safe and bring back Nanai and Clifford.
What's the
I think
ultimatum on his coaching
I think he's got
career?
1 month to prove. He's got till round 7.
Who said that?
It's been reported out in North Queensland.
1 month?
A month,
Made
yeah.
the finals last year.
Is it playing safe if you're bringing guys back you dropped a week ago? If they weren't
Well,
good enough a
Clifford
week
was
ago,
coming back from a hernia, so I get that point, and he wanted to give Duffy a go, but the
Hernia.
Duffy
He must have been helping
experiment.
someone move house.
Playing safe never works. Like, think about, and I'm talking back to my very unglamorous C's tennis career when I first got to school. When I played safe, quote unquote, I would fall apart in a heap and get pumped.
You've got to back your forehand, back your backhand.
You got to release your hips and just whip forehands. And if you miss them, so be it. But you got to have a crack because the moment you seize up, you're fucked. So it's sounding a lot like Todd Payton's fucked to me.
Doesn't know how to play tennis.
This is seize up. This is a seize up, but they
Surely
might get
a seize
absolutely
up?
pumped.
But this has been happening forever, right? Like, their defense has been shit. And we called it early on, round 1. We said they were trash, right?
Yeah.
We said they were
Well, it
trash.
was easy to call him trash after Manly fucked him.
No, but pre that.
Oh, yes, yeah.
But I've got a bet where it's going like, it's kind of not calling them trash. But if they can't get up for the derby, then they still have Cotter, they still have like Origin players. If they can't get up for this game and at least make it somewhat respectable, then they're trash in a tip. They're not even in a trash can. Like, they're out of here. And I'm happy to just go against them in every possible bet. Yeah. I'm just trying to play a bit smarter here where I've bet against them each time first 2 weeks. We've seen teams have massive rebounds. So I'm just thinking if they're going to have a rebound, it's going to be against the Broncos. So I'm going either team to win by less than 12.5 points. 250. I'm just trying to pick a rebound here. If they can't do it here, they're never going to do it. See you later. Bin 'em.
I've got a question just for you quickly.
Yeah.
Unit TV.
Yeah.
What's Unit TV?
As in...
But last year you would talk about Unit. Is that where you are just like picking a million fucking try scorers?
No, Unit TV is like the most basic explanation is like having a bet on a live on the game.
Okay, sweet. I couldn't remember what Unit TV was. Mine is I've just got an absolute fucking bloodbath bet on my hands. Like...
BB.
Oh, it's a full-on
It's
BB,
triple
dude.
B.
It's a full-on bloodbath.
You would have been paying $1 to do this sort of bet. And nothing wrong with
No,
that.
but these are the sort of games, right? Like when if you see a fucking humping a foot, then it's like, you know when you've got a bust up, right? And you're like, I'm just going to try and catch as many fish as I can while there's a bust up here. I'm just throwing hooks in and just pulling them out.
Yeah, but doing that, you might be actually not... You're so excited that you're not actually tying. You kind of lures together.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
But absolutely. But the worst case scenario is I lose a couple of lures. They're not ones that I value that hard. It's like, whatever. But the upside of a bust-up bet is that you're fucking just got a boat full of fish and units.
Yep. Fair enough.
Arthur's 2+, because I'm on Arthur's basically until...
You got to get the fish home, though. I mean, did the perfect storm tell us nothing?
Well, the Flemish Cape,
the Flemish
obviously.
plate will
The
fuck
Flemish
you.
plate, whatever it is, yeah. Listen.
Like, they had a heap of fish.
No.
They made it back to land.
Yeah, no, they didn't make it back to
Freezer's
land.
broken.
Yeah.
That's
Had
what
to go through the
happened.
storm.
But listen, all I'm trying to do is get the fish. I just need them on the boat. If they're on the boat, that's good. Arthur's 2+, Walsh to bounce back with 2+, Shibasaki and Mariner. This is going to be a bloodbath. The Cowboys, the coach has lost the dressing room. Robson he's already left to the Roosters. Fucking, you've dropped the best player they've got or close to in Nanai. Now you're bringing him back. Taumalolo's back in. You're paying him too much, but then there's nothing here is good. The vibes are so off in this club. And the Broncos are going to bounce back after a loss. Madge is going to have had them fucking whipped into shape this week. They weren't good enough. Let's be honest, they weren't good enough.
Roo, I'm just feeling like this could be a bad night for the Cowboys, and off the back of hearing Todd Payton seize up like I did in C's tennis all those years ago, it's not good, bruv. So you've got them 13 plus here.
Yeah, so my thinking is...
That's the dumbest bet I've ever seen. And you like it for you even.
You know, I actually agree with you, but the Cowboys, they always do the opposite of what you fucking expect. As soon as you think they're down and out, they pull something out of their ass and you sit there and you go, oh, there's still shit, blah, blah, blah. They do this. Their back's against the wall now. They're going to Brisbane. I looked at them 1-12 and I'm like, if they're going to win, they're not going to win 1-12. They don't know how to fucking do that. They're going to throw the ball around if shit happens to go their way. I've got Cowboys 13 plus, Derby. I don't think there's a hope in hell this comes off.
Okay, hold on.
My strike rate with the Cowboys is so low, I don't give a fuck at this point.
Roo, if you triple stake Cows 13 plus, I'll triple stake Broncos 13 plus, and we'll have it.
No, because this is what I said to you pre-show.
Coward.
Triple stating $30 things is cowards.
No, we'll just do, no. So you get rid of Derby. You just go Cows 13 plus.
It's a pure off.
Pure. You go
pure
Cows
off.
13 plus. I'll go Bronx 13 plus.
Yeah, it's a pure off.
No, I don't believe in the bet in any way, shape, or form. Did you listen to anything I said?
Sorry, got a coward on our hands. Sorry.
Take $15. I can't do it anyway.
Coward with a capital.
He made me fucking do it last year. I did it.
Okay, why don't you bet the line?
No,
What's
fuck
the line?
that. I'm not doing the line.
7.5.
13 plus. It's 13 plus or nothing.
Yeah, come on, Hero. I'll go the line.
I've already made the fucking bet.
Come on,
13
Hero.
plus.
Come on.
13 plus.
Just a coward reaching
do
out.
13
Let's
plus,
do it.
coward.
No, but line's better because
line's
one of
better.
you definitely
Fuck
wins.
you.
One of you definitely
13
wins.
plus. I said 13 plus. I brought the bet to you. You take the bet.
You brought me a shit bet.
I brought you. You've got a shit bet. Believe in it.
I don't believe in it. I just said that. That's what I opened with.
So you don't like the 7.5?
I like 13 plus.
If you're
I
picking
like
6
13
try
plus.
scorers, surely you don't mind the line.
I don't mind the line. I like the 13 plus bet with Guru because he's gone 13 plus. It's a good opportunity for me. I like the opportunity for me. That's
But the problem with that bet is that you're not guaranteed to win.
You don't have to be guaranteed to win.
What is 13 plus paying for each team?
You'd be paying
Cowboys are at $15.
You'd be paying fuck all for the Broncos.
Can't stress enough, I don't believe in the bet in any way, shape, or form. It's just the Cowboys, you never fucking know.
You're just trying to lure him into a fucking $15 trip.
I'm fishing here, buddy.
Which you can't actually do.
I'm out
Which
of
I
the
tried to
French
point
plate.
out at the start of
Fucking
fucking
reeling fish.
Which you can't actually do.
What?
You can't triple something over $10.
That was a new rule we didn't mention.
We just mentioned it.
I mentioned it 15 seconds ago.
No, that's what I'm saying. 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Do you reckon 15 seconds ago?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Check the tapes.
Yeah. Right.
Cows 13 plus, Derby ATS, I'll
cat?
donate.
I said at the start of this show, and it might have been in the green room, that lines of that substance I'm just not a fan of. I think that they're too big. 7.5 points is a lot. I'm gonna take the Cows plus 7.5. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Great bet.
Fuck it.
Smart bet.
Belief in
Fuck
Toddy.
it. It's too many. It's so many points.
But he did say that they've lost their last 2 games by 20 plus.
I know, but
was
like
last year.
no, he did.
He did say
But
that.
people bounce back.
They
Everyone
bounce
has a
back.
bounce back
Yeah, but
game.
this team's this is a bad Cowboys side. This is a worse team than they were last year.
Yeah, they still got origin players though.
I know.
Like a lot of them.
The thing about rugby league, Tom, this is the thing about rugby league.
anyone
football.
can win.
This is the thing about rugby league football. Anyone can win on
On
their
their
day. That's the thing you got to remember about rugby league football played at the highest level. This is first grade.
Yeah,
mate.
you're right.
This isn't Harold Matts, mate. This is fucking first grade.
No, you're right, mate. You're absolutely
Fuck it. I said it in the green room. I think 17, more than 16 points I thought was too much. I'm just going to take it. Fuck it.
I have a vibe that it's going to be a bit tighter than people think.
It will be, I reckon, yeah.
yeah.
bloodbath. What's the fucking
Arthur's Mariner, Ricky, 10-15 for lost lip. Well, who is the lippy? Did we even say who it was?
O'Dea.
O'Dea.
Tyler
that's
O'Day or whatever. his
Zendaya.
name
I kept
was.
forgetting your name, blood.
All right.
Hey, just before we move on there,
No.
Jersey 19, Katoni Staggs. Now, last time he played the Cowboys, he scored a double.
So he's playing.
He's in Jersey 19. If he comes into the side, he'll be marking up against Purdue, which I don't mind.
Okay, well, and if he comes in, he replaces Shibby, who will.
No, I reckon he'll play on the right side and replace Dean Mariner. Maybe Mariner moves to the left side, but they won't play Katoni Staggs on the left. They'll play him on the right. So he'll be going up against Purdue. Last time he played the Cowboys, he scored 2 tries.
You reckon they're going to drop Mariner? He's a fucking gun.
He wasn't in the side the first week until Katoni Staggs got injured.
Well, then he will be getting dropped.
I think Dean Mariner could move to left centre, but I think Staggs will play right centre if he's available.
Mariner's a bit of a fucking weapon, I thought. I don't know anything, though.
Well, we all thought that, but then he wasn't picked for round 1.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy, bro.
Crazy, man.
Crazy. Stags, though. Yet to have a Stags bet this year. Obviously, he's been out, but that
Well,
will
you'll be
return.
wrangling him.
Well, it's hard to have a Stags bet if he's not playing.
It's almost impossible.
I can see a wild card coming out on Stags this week if he comes into the side.
Yeah, okay, you got to remember your wild.
All right, let's keep going, eh?
Sharks Rabbitohs at Shark Park. $1.16 for the Sharks, $5.40 for the Rabbitohs. Juice. 17.5 the line, 51.5 the total points. Rando, what's up?
It's going to be dry for this game as well. Now, 6 of the Sharks' last 8 day game wins at home have been by 18 plus points. The Sharks, they have covered a minus 17.5 handicap in 5 of their last 6 day games as well. So I don't mind that big line for the Sharks. For try scorers, the best 2+ try scorer for this week is Sam Stonestreet. He's scored a double in 4 of his last 5 games. The Rabbitohs have conceded a double to a right winger in each of their last 2 games. $2.40, not too bad for me. Britton Nickera is a bit more value though. He has scored in each of his last 5 day games and scored in both games to start the season. He's $2.85.
How many of those lines are covered against Wayne Bennett teams?
Yeah,
Can you find that
How
in the
often does
background?
Wayne get his back blown out?
Very rarely.
Especially at the start of a season.
Yeah.
Because Rabbitohs would have lost.
He
the
doesn't
last
get
3
his
games
back
if they
blown
didn't have
out at the
Wayne.
start of seasons. He doesn't.
I dare say Wayne's could probably count on one hand the amount of times his back's been blown out.
It doesn't happen. I'm tripling the Rabbitohs at plus 7.5. That's what I'm doing. If I'm going to triple this week, I'm going to put my balls in Wayne Bennett's mouth. That's where I trust him. That's where I trust him most. In the mouth of the wiliest old coach in the league. He's been doing it since Methuselah, really.
80s, I think.
80s. There you go. I want to triple this week, and I fucking believe in Wayne Bennett. And I've got to tell you, I just don't see him getting his back blown out early in the season. I don't see it. He prepares the men too well. No one fucking thought they were going to win shit. They've won the last 2 games.
They would have
Humphries.
lost them without Wayne.
Exactly. Humphries, find of the fucking year. Well, we found him at Manly. Let him go.
It wasn't a find.
I just failed to believe that Wayne Bennett gets his back blown out this early in the going. He's popped a couple of Vs. That's Viagra's. He's good to go for the first 10 rounds at least. I'm tripling it.
He's had his back blown out in the last 2 seasons, once to the Dragons and then to the Cowboys. Round 5 for the Dragons, round 1 for the Cowboys. And that's the Cowboys we're talking of, terrible team fan.
Early season back blowouts.
He gets them out early.
But only 2 in the last 5 years.
If you're going to triple that, why don't you
2 in
go
the last 2 years.
16.5 or 18.5? 17's not going to do anything for you. Might as well take the extra point there.
Pussy, just
The extra
Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up, bro. I am banking on Wayne's back remaining steadfast.
Okay.
That's what I'm banking on.
All right. Mine's pretty basic here. I hate the Tigers. In terms of just as a team, they don't.
Tigers?
Sorry, the Sharks. Dilf brain. The Sharks just don't excite me. Some years I'm like, it's a year-to-year prospect who your sort of next favourite team is or a team that gets you interested. The Sharks just don't. I don't know what it is. So there's very little care placed into this. Ramian, I don't think I've ever hit him. Iro, I like the name, the look of the name. It's a simple spelt last name, IRO. And then Nickera, I got him last week. That's literally it.
Sharks remind me of someone that wants to be head boy, but just no one's going to pick him.
No one, you're never
You know
going to
what
get
I mean?
picked as
You're not going to get picked for head boy. You're just not. You want to be. You do all the right things. You do extracurriculars. You do your fucking gold duke of
You
bed.
sit up the front of the class. But
Yeah.
nah,
All you do is annoy everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. Ed.
You're insufferable.
That's what I was trying to articulate, but couldn't quite couldn't quite nail it. Head boy shit. Anyway, I still think you're going to win. 17-11 for that crap bet.
Yeah. Very inspiring bet there.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. It's a head boy. It's a lame. You're trying to be head boy bet. That's
that
exactly what it
exactly?
is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Now, I tried to give Eddie a little bit of advice to go 18.5 instead of 17.5 because I think it's fucking stupid. So now I'm going to go Sharks to win by exactly 18 at $16. I'm going to let Karma do its thing this weekend.
Wow.
But,
You are just a catty man today, bro.
so that's exactly 18.
Yeah. Just to fuck Eddie slightly.
Yeah, right. I don't mind these chess plays. I did it with Uzako on the hot seat the other day. They're
fucked me.
kind of.
Well, mate, it's a long season. You
Yeah.
got to play your
Play
moves.
chess, mate.
I don't have an inspiring bet either. Just Nickera, Brando backed him up with the stats. Got it on him last week, and then Jackie Boy. He's back in town. I'm surely he gets the ball off Cody at some point. Just charges through $11 for
Is
those
Jackie
two.
Boy back? Is he?
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't know that. Didn't know that.
Defensively huge.
That's why
Campbell
I'm
Graham
like,
and Jack
Jackie
White,
Boy's
that's massive.
back. Fuck. Who's he defend on? Which centre?
He'll be left side. He'll be marking Ramian.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves. Has everyone gone already?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Lippies, Bunnies plus 20.5. Mulatalo and Myers 5.39.
Are you feeling Ronaldo Mulatalo this year? I'm not.
I'm not, and I think you don't get any value for him, but I just think Mulatalo's had his couple. Like, he's still good, but he's not going to be like. I don't reckon he'll be top 3 try scorers of the season. Normally he's around there. Going backwards for him a little bit might be like top 10 or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. And you're getting like how much are you getting from him? $1.40?
$1.33, I thought.
$1.33.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, so Mulatalo's not worth it. As we've said, you've got to change your storylines up. It looks like everyone's fed on Mulatalo before.
I'm back, everyone. I'm just going Eero, and you said Ramian's who he's defending on, right?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Sweet. Don't talk to me like that, Ralph.
Rando didn't give you that piece of information, though, so how you changing
Aero scored in each
I
of his
found the
last 3 at
information
Shark
myself.
Park.
Eero and Teague Wilton. And you get $9.72.
Carry on.
Okay, good. Let's move on. The Lippy, Bunnies 20 plus 20.5, Mulatalo, Myers.
Oh, yeah, man.
Mad dog. What a mad dog. Fish Tigers out at Fish Stadium in the Fish Bowl. $1.82 for the Fish, $2 for the Tigers. The line, 1.5. Total 47.5. Rando, me boy. Rando, me mate. What's going on?
It's going to be a dry one for this game. The Finns, they haven't been going too well. However, they have won both their games against the Tigers in Queensland. The Tigers, they haven't fared well in Queensland, losing each of their last 6 games in the state against Queensland opponents by at least 8 points. The Dolphins, they've also covered the line in 5 of their 6 games at KO Stadium. For try scorers, you've got the hammer here. He scored in all 3 games he's played at KO Stadium. He's scored in each of his last 2 against the Tigers. But if you want a bit more value, it's Benji up against JMK, big brother against younger brother. JMK has scored in each of his last 2 at KO and scored in 2 of his last 4 against the Tigers.
I think the Tigers at $2 is a fucking hot tamale. They look good.
Particularly if they played that 60-minute football they played.
Well,
not
the Fish-
not that start shit.
The Fish didn't look.
Not that start shit.
Fish didn't look good.
No, the Fish look rubbish.
Fish did not look good. I have Tigers into Samuela Finau, and then I've just heard Rando mention the Hammers try scoring record, and so I'm adding it in. This is a bit of Old Testament shit. My bets are all pretty fucking not that short this week, but you go.
Are they ever short?
Well, this week, last week there was a couple of shorties.
Look, you're a guy. It's like when you play golf with some people, and some people are out
Sounds
there
like it's gonna be
just
a nice
to get
comment.
one shot. Like, look at this one shot that I
Sounds
got,
like it's gonna be a
and then you
friendly
end up
comment.
scoring 120. No, like you're not there to score. You're there for the one shot. So you're here for the one, the $150 bet that you can carry through the rest of the season.
You did come dead last year,
No,
but
I
I hear you.
didn't. No, I didn't.
Well, basically,
No, I didn't.
you fucking had like 1 cent
Came
left.
third.
1 cent.
Came third.
Now, Tigers into Samuela Finau. He came third. You came second last.
I've actually gone 2 seasons without an immortal bet, just as a...
I hit him last year. I did hit one.
No, you didn't.
That was an immortal fuck up.
You
You didn't
fucking
put it on.
No, I know, but just to know that like they're still there. I just didn't do the right
But
thing.
I check the lottery numbers every fucking week, and I'm like, I would have picked those numbers.
Well, no, but I
didn't,
actually
you know
did
that.
pick them. I picked them.
Yep.
I just didn't put it on.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like if I pick the lottery numbers, then I don't pick the lottery numbers. Like that's on me, but I did pick them, right? So
Maybe we need to lower the standards of an immortal bet.
No.
no.
No, because this actually makes them more immortal.
Yeah,
Because we
yeah,
never
you're
hit
right.
the fucking thing.
Anyway, Tigers, Samuela Finau into Hammer. Very doable bet here, punters and dribblers. You're going to get 19.58.
Yep, I like the Tigers. I'm going to go 1 to 12 again. Even though that screwed me last week, I just want to juice up the value a bit. And then Azarko, I feel he's owed one because I did a bit of witch magic on him last week, so the boys can get up on him. They're all scared of him now. That's the perfect time.
Which
to
magic
strike.
did you do?
They tripled Azarko, so I used him in the hot seat.
Do you know any chants or anything? Do you any voodoo shit?
No.
I might try. I wouldn't mind learning some stuff.
Well, we're going to get a witch in, aren't we?
Well, there's like basic things like if you want something to fail, put it in the hot seat, right? That's not even
That's not a
witching
wish,
101,
no, that's
but it's us tapping into that vibe a little bit. Tapping in a little bit. So I think he's owed one. That's as simple as it is. Tigers 1 to 12, $6.54. I like watching the Tigers. I do. I'm going for them.
Tough season for the Finns so far. I think they find a way to get a win at home. I don't think it'll be pretty. 1-12, and if you're at KO Stadium, you take Hamiso to score. So $4.91, Finns 1-12, Hamiso.
I believe in the Tigers. I really do. I shouldn't, but I do. I think I want to believe in them more than anything. God, I want to see them do well. I've got Tigers, and I've got the new kid, Luai, 909. I don't feel a great deal about this game, you know.
Is Totes going on the #1 Tigers podcast in the country in Oman?
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
probably.
it's probably not a bad one.
What'd you talk about on there, Cody?
Wow. I told you he's getting big for his boots over there.
Wow.
He has one fucking...
Cody's got a bit of a profile now, and he thinks he's fucking LeBron James.
He's got the blue tick now. He has got the blue tick.
Do you got a blue tick, do you, Totes? Blue tick tote bag.
He goes, nah.
Yeah, he's just fucking...
Wow.
The guy is absolutely up his
Jeez, he
own
does
arsehole
one potty
right
with
now.
Hammy and fucking thinks he's God's gift.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
I'm still doing that,
Oh,
but...
okay, sweet. Who's up? Anyone else?
Nah, just Lippy. Who's got
Taruva, To'o, Hammer, 975.
Beautiful. Sorry, everyone. I got thrown off by Cody being a fucking big dog. Titans versus the Knights, Seabus Super Stadium, 2.10 for the Titans, $1.73 for the Knights. The line's 1.5, and the total is 50.5. Rando.
It's going to be dry again in the Gold Coast. It's going to be deja vu bet for this one. The Knights, of course, are 2-0 to start the season. They are looking to win their first 3 games of the year for the first time since 2015. In 2015, the Knights' third win was against the Titans. It was at Seabus. This game is at Seabus, and it was on the 22nd of March, and this game is being played on the 22nd of March as well. Now, the deja vu bet continues into the try scorers because in 2015, lining up in the number 3 jersey was Dane Gagai, who scored a try in that match. 10 years later, Gagai is playing in the number 3 jersey for the Knights. Some more stats to back him up. He's scored 6 tries in 8 games against the Titans. He's scored in 2 of his 3 games at Seabus. I think he's around $3.35, $3.85 for a try.
I fucking love those
good
stats.
gear.
They're the sort of stats that get me out of
Yeah,
bed.
3.15 he's at.
3.15.
I'm going to take the Knights into Dane Gagai. Doing it. Come back with odds.
So are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm doing it, bro.
Yeah, it's like, that's called a dark bet. The show Dark, where things are on like 10-year cycles or whatever. Same shit just keeps happening.
Is that
I'm
a
not
dark-
taking it.
Is that
but
a dark bet?
it's a dark bet for those who want to
That's
know.
457 for me.
I'm feeling that I'm just going to keep picking the Titans for some reason, unless they're coming up against like Penrith or Melbourne. I don't know. I got a soft spot for them. I'm picking Titans to win. I think this could be, even though Newcastle have some decent defense, a bit of a pointathon. Those quick guys running around everywhere. So I'll take Sharp and Keeney, 16.92. Yeah, that's my vibe.
One thing you can't do in 2025, and watch this become a breadcrumb that fucks me, but one thing you can't do is fucking bet on Greg Marju when Bradman Best's inside him. Because Bradman Best, the one thing he hates more than Queenslanders is passing the ball.
He hates Queens.
He fucking hates Queenslanders, but he hates passing the ball more. And at $2.50, I just don't think you can walk past a Bradman Best in the street. I had Schiller 2+ as well, but that, when I hear the Dane Gagai stuff, I'm like, the Schiller thing's just me, honestly, just trying to do an Oliver Twist on last week where Schiller got 2+. So I'm throwing in a Braddy, and I'm throwing on top of that your Dane Gags, and you get an 8.05. Don't think it's a great bet. Don't think it's a bad bet.
Conservative.
Very conservative.
Can I be honest with you? I wasn't listening to what you said. That's how.
That's okay, mate. That's all right. Listen, you missed out on some pearls of whiz. Pearls of whiz, dude. Pearls of whiz. Serious pearls of whiz. That's me.
My only triple for this week, I like the Titans to bounce back in this one at home. I'm going to take them with a plus 6.5, and I'm going to go over 42.5. I think with these two sides on a good track up there, there'll be a lot of points scored. $2.26. I'm going to triple that one. Knights, Leo Thompson out, Kaipi Paul out, takes Frizzell out of the middle. I think they'll really miss those guys. So I'm feeling reasonably confident on the Titans. So I'm going to triple that one, boys.
I like that bet. I forgot those forwards were out.
He's
Coming up against Tino and shit.
Listen, I like where your head's at. It shows that you watch a lot of rugby league, but I like that pattern bet of randos, and I'll be sticking right there, bro.
Sweet. What
What
about
2nd of March, 10 years apart? D Gagai in the 3. Yes, please.
What's our lip doing?
Sheila Marju, AJ Brimson over 45.5. Are you still texting him or what?
Brimo? No, not yet.
So you were texting?
We weren't texting.
Oh.
Maybe a couple of DMs here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about?
Just, liking each, a story. Just a couple lols.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing too deep.
Nothing crazy.
896 for that bet.
Yeah, right. Let's move on then, shall we? Eels, Dogs, Combank, 3.10 the Eels, $1.38 the Dogs, 9.5 is the line, and 46.5 the total, Rando. Give me some.
It's going to be dry in Sydney. Matt Burton and Viliami Kikau obviously both out for this game. It didn't seem to phase the Bulldogs last season. They were 2-0 without Kikau. They were 1-1 without Birdo, and they won 32-2 against the Knights when both of them were missing. The Eels, though, they do have a good record against the Dogs, winning their last 5 meetings at CommBank. They haven't lost on a Sunday to the Dogs since 2009, winning their last 5 meetings on a Sunday, and they've won their last 2 games as an underdog against the Dogs as well. So I don't mind them to potentially cover the line, but they have been pretty shithouse this season. For try scorers, looking at the left winger here for the Eels, the Bulldogs, they have conceded a double to the opposing left winger in 4 of their last 5 games. You got Sean Russell there named at the moment. He's scored in each of his last 3 games at CommBank as well, but Josh Adokar, he'll probably come in. He has scored in all 3 games he has played against his Dogs team.
Nice. I just can't see the Eels winning this game. They've been fucking deplorable with a capital D. Awful stuff. And I'm absolutely loving it, to be honest. Getting off on it. I like
Getting off on it?
Yeah, I am.
Coming?
I'm edging.
Okay. Nice.
Under 46.5 points. I can't see where the Eels points are coming from. And obviously the Bulldogs have got Burton out, kick out. I don't think they score a shitload, so I like under 46.5, and I like the Dogs because I can't see the Eels winning. 238.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ed. As soon as I just remembered that the Dogs are missing some troops, I'm loving the unders. Like the Eels, even if they get a little bit better and a little bit more motivated, they're coming up against, a top 3 defense in the league. So it's just going to be Bulldogs.
They scored 1 try last week against the Tigers, and they were lucky to do that.
Yeah. So, and the unders are 46.5. Dogs, more a defensive team, have lost 2 of their main attacking weapons, tripling the under 46.5. You got to take your shot when it appears.
I like that bet, Tom.
Yeah,
Sebo.
I'm taking it.
I like that bet. You've been doing a little bit of overs unders work this year.
Well,
mate.
I feel like
the forgotten market in some ways.
100% it is. I
think we've just always felt historically that life's too short to go the unders, right? And but you're sort of hoping for a shit
I
game.
try to take something to appear and take it.
You can have good games and have them tight.
Not when the Eels are involved. But
but the Eels aren't going to score any points. That's, I think, where we're coming from.
Yeah, that's fair.
So even if the Bulldogs put 40 on them, you're still good.
But tactically, I think you have to, if you see something to triple, you think it's going to come off and you take your shot. If you're just going 50 to 1s all the time, even if it gets up, you're only winning $50 and they're rarely ever getting up. In fact, the odds should be probably about $80 for them. So if you're just doing that every week, you're never going to
see any meaningful results.
You maybe get on an immortal bet board,
but again, hasn't happened in 2 sets.
Yeah.
Well, last year, but whatever. I like Satilli into the side. I forgot he was into the starting lineup to replace Kicks. Now, I'm just thinking he might get over the line and score a try. He's a fucking good footballer, and he'll run hard.
Satilli? He runs hard.
Oh, Satilli too, no. I've got him tripled any time at 345.
That's your bet this week?
My bet.
Satilli any time?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty big.
Yep. Fuck it, dude.
Do you believe in that bet?
I don't believe in any bet that I ever make. So this is more one that he's in the starting side.
If you're tripling, I would like more of a rev up for him.
Well, no. Listen.
Give me a rev up.
No, I'm not going to give you a
rev
rev up.
Satilli.
No, I'm not. You know what I'm going to do?
Why?
Because I'm just going to tell you why I'm tripling him. And it's because he's into the starting side. And he's on the edge. And so he's got 80 fucking rugby league minutes to score a try. That's why you do
more
it.
of a, I just want more of a rev up from
Yeah,
you.
but I mean, obviously, Eddie, I could go down your fucking line of thought. You just go, he's hot and he's a thoroughbred. But like, I'm just saying he's in the starting side, which is why
You're not even a tiny little rev up?
No thoroughbred. No, he's hot. No, he will score. This just happens. I'm just saying he's in the side and he's got 80 rugby league minutes to score a try. And
Probably doesn't have 80, to be fair.
Well, maybe not, but we'll see. Well, he's a back row. He might.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah, he might.
History
Back
tells us
row's played 80
probably
minutes. Back row's played 80 minutes. So that's why I'm doing triple stake 345.
Just a bit boring, mate.
That's okay. That's
Like
okay, mate.
I got my balls in Wayne's mouth, for fuck's
Well, I know you do, mate. You do have your balls in Wayne's mouth. I
know what I mean?
I don't have my balls in Cecilia's
I
mouth.
was just, I wanted more.
Yeah, okay.
I wanted more.
Oh, I know you do, buddy.
Roo?
Cherry, Lomax, Bulldogs, 827. I feel the same way about the Warriors bet from last week. I hate this, but we'll see what happens.
Triplet.
He's already tripled.
I know, mate.
Eels 1 to 12. Wilson, Samrani, and Brown, $52.06.
Who's Samrani,
I've got
we'll
no
ask?
idea.
Debutant last week on the wing.
For who? Okay.
Right side.
Eels 1 to 12. Wilson, Samrani, Brown, 52.06.
Eels fan.
Righto.
Yeah, he's an Eels fan.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
All right.
Because it's the stupidest bet I've ever seen.
Last game of the round, 6 p.m. 4 Points Park.
Oh, 4 point.
Also home of the Good Day Hill Seagulls v the Raiders. $1.50 for Manly and $2.60 for the Raiders. 6.5 the line. 49.5 the total points. Excuse me as I almost throw up into my mouth. Rando, what's going on?
It's going to be a dry night, perfect night for the Good Day Hill at Brookie. The Raiders, they have won their last 5 games and their last 2 games at 4 Pines Park. However, here's the big stat. Manly have won their last 13 Sunday meetings against the Raiders, having not lost to them on a Sunday since 2003. 5 of their last 7 wins at Brookie on a Sunday have been by more than that 6-point line that they're getting. The usual suspects to score, Tom Trebojevic and Jason Saab. Turbo, 8 tries in 6 games against the Raiders. Saab scored in each of his last 5 at 4 Points Park. At 4 Pines Park.
That's how you meant to say it.
Yeah,
That's how
I
you're
was going
supposed
to pull you up before. You weren't saying it right.
Sorry, my bad. But I'm looking at another Manly player here, a former one at that in KO Weeks. He scored in each of his 2 games against his former team. Fullbacks have scored 3 tries in the last 3 games against Manly. Here's $3.35.
Yep. Okay. I'm a little uncertain about try scorers, etc., given we are not completely sure if Tommy Turbo is going to play. And if he doesn't play, then I'm unsure about Saab because they do that little outside in thing all the time. He sets him up for a lot of tries. I'm not sure. Who I am sure on, who is scoring tries this year, who is the backbone of the fucking squad and the club, that's DCE Skip at 390. He just pops up. He pops up when the chips are down. He pops up when the chips are fucking pouring onto the table. He just always around lurking. Fit as a fiddle, Roo. That's a rugby league fiddle, which are, by a factor of 10 or more fitter than other clubs.
The field with a sore back last week.
No, but he's cleared it straight.
He's 36, dude. It's a Dilf back.
Have you had Dilf back before?
No, I haven't. No.
I have Dilf back every fucking day when I get up, and I still come in and I still truck out great
For 8 days.
content. Fucking oath.
Yeah, he's had Dilf back for 8 days.
Fucking oath. I had Dilf back before I had a kid. Skip at 390.
5 years of Dilf back.
So you get it. And you can play with Dilf back.
Well, I've played with Dilf back for many years. With aplomb. I've got Hamole anytime, and I'm going into a Saab at 408. Shit bet. But I may save it for my wild card just to see how the team plays.
Why didn't you like your Hamale 255?
I didn't not like it. I like Saab.
Just too short.
He scores. Saab scores every fucking game. And if Tommy's playing, it's around the back. It's DCE. It's Hamole running decoy.
It's a dangerous side.
You know what I mean? It's
dangerous
right
side.
side is dangerous. So just chuck it in. $1.48 obviously is rando value, but $4.08. Sebo?
I'm going Hamole as well because I feel he just needs DC. He doesn't really rely on Tommy too much to score. I've got no idea about the result in this game. Absolutely. Probably the least
Same.
I could pick. So I'm just going 2 try scorers, either side, double ender, but both forwards just to try and get a bit of value. Then Huddy. Did Huddy score last time these guys played? Didn't the Raiders come back and win last year again?
Yeah, I think they beat him at Brookvale.
Yeah, they were
Raiders,
down by like 30 points or something and came back and won or something. I think Huddy scored in that. Those two, 871. Don't mind that bet.
I've got Raiders plus 6.5, Hudson anytime, and I've got under 52.5. I think the Raiders will try and drag them into the gutter here. Yeah, that's me, $7.
It's a big fucking total points, isn't it? 52 and a half.
I might have pushed that out a little bit. I can't remember.
Okay.
Probably did. Now I think about it.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
be
49
nervous
and a
if I
half.
was Manly.
It's what?
Like,
It's 49 and a half. But
Can I speak off camera, off mic? I'd be nervous too. I'd be nervous.
Raiders, like, I'm getting behind just their, like, there's no fucking frills and razzle dazzle.
Dude, they're all up the guts and into them, the Raiders. They're just no fucking, there's no dicking about there.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you see those, like, you know, you could see someone who's a boxer or a UFC fighter and they just, like, not professional, but, like, and you see some guy at the gym on roids. You're like, that little guy could probably beat the shit out of that muscly dude because he knows what he's fucking doing. Like the little dude that you don't suspect. Raiders are Tom Starling. You know what I mean?
They're townies, dude.
Like,
it's townie shit. That's what they are. You don't fuck with townies. Raiders are townies and they're townie tough. And if you're going to go and... We said this about the Broncos last week. It was like, Broncos are a bunch of hot city boys tried to fight the townies when they were just like, you know, they were like...
Yeah.
They
And
just
they got the piss beaten out.
Yeah, they got their bloody nice white veneered teeth punched into their mouths, and the townies fucking came out on top because that's what townies do.
Townie strength. They're having shovel fights on Tuesday night.
But
bloody,
the only
since
thing,
they're 8.
the only thing, exactly right. They're at trolley poles and shit. But the beaches is townie-ish. It's townie on the beaches.
Oh, not really.
There's avcats and shit. You remember the townies?
Yeah,
out there?
avcats don't exist anymore.
How do you know that?
Because
They might be laying dormant, dude, like a volcano.
avcats, the Mona Vale boys,
Or a
they're all
cicada.
gone.
Yeah, there is no.
They're all gone.
But you can have coastal townies. is
Mate,
what I'm
I went
saying.
there.
You can have
Push your
coastal
hand.
townies.
I found them. I was
Go to
with
Nowra and tell me that's not fucking
Millie and I had a little holiday like a few months ago, one night away, staying at Palm Beach. And then I go, we'll go to, you know, now it's the Newport, not the Arms. The Arms was a bit towny, the Arms pub. Now it's the Newport, covered in Justin Hem's fucking cum everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, and I go, let's go.
Not a bad joint.
It's
a good
no, it's
load,
good.
Justin,
It's good.
the
But I'm
Hems
saying,
load.
if you're calling that towny.
I'm not calling the fucking Newport townie.
Yeah, but I'm looking around at the
Go to
crowd.
DY,
there.
bro.
I'm looking around at the crowd,
Plenty of
and I
townie
don't
about
see
DY.
anyone who looks like an avcat or a Mona Vale,
Tobler.
except one guy.
Tobler.
And he's wearing a golf hat. I go over. They go, Sebo. I sat down with them. I go, what do you do? He drives the wharf, and I'm like, here we are. Here's the old beaches, because everyone else around here's in marketing or something. Like,
DY's townie, right?
oh, DY's a little towny. I'll give
There you
you
go.
that.
The beaches has town. You can be townie on the beaches. And all I'm saying is Raiders are an out-and-out townie team, right? They are. And that's the concern. But Manly and the beaches, the peninsula, whilst it does have your Palm Beach mansions and your fucking Range Rovers and shit, it also has some townie undertones.
Tiny bit of townie
Still
left.
got it, though. Still got it.
Tiny bit of towny left.
I am buoyed.
Losing more and more by the day.
I'm buoyed to see Siwa Takiaho back in the side. Aloye to the bench and Sipley out. I might have kept Sipley unless he's injured. I don't know.
I think he's injured.
Paseka needs to start fucking looking at what he's doing. That's what I'll say about that. That's
We
all
need
I'll
to-
say
we need
about
to
that.
look.
He needs to fucking wake up.
He needs to look at what he's
And
done.
I love Tanny, Mount Paseka, but he needs to look. He needs to wake the fuck up.
Lippy, Raiders 1 to 12, Saab, Savage 907.
Beautiful. Let's get some unit scooping done, shall we? Fuck it. I'll start things off. Listen, what have we all been talking about today? We've been talking about how short-priced all the fucking try scorers are, all the big dogs up the front. Now, I thought, Tom, yes, that's true, but maybe just listen, maybe just lean into that. They're all short-priced, and you're going to get fucking nothing. So just jam them all together and try and make something good out of something, a positive out of a negative. Yep. So I've literally just thrown in short-priced boys across the park. Xavier Coates, Dom Young, Jesse Arthurs, Ronaldo, Hammer, Schiller, Saab, Blake Wilson. I think that's it. You're going to get 34.52.
1, 2, 3, 4.
8. Yep.
I've kind of gone like similar but opposite. Like I've juiced it with Cody, right? So I've taken some of the $2 guys in Pap, Tupu, and Azarko, and then Cody's around your $3.50. That gets me to $20.19. Maybe look, Cody's just a guy. It doesn't matter who he's up against. It really doesn't. He just will probably score late off some random bounce of a ball and he gets over. The other three should get in.
I've got the Storm, the Roosters, the Rabbitohs -7.5, Tigers, Knights, Dogs 23.52.
I've got Daniel Tupu, Sean Cobbo, and I've got Hamiso to score, and then I've just got a heap of starts. Panthers +12.5, Cows plus 24.5, Bunnies plus 22.5, Titans plus 8.5, and Raiders plus 14.5, $35.30.
All right, now Lippy, Coates, Domi, Cobbo, Mulatalo, Taruva, Marju, Wilson, Savage. He gets it. Short price, bro. 36.44. Now, let's get to our hot seat and then get the fuck out of here.
Hot seat time. This has been an absolute clusterfuck shit show, this thing so far. So I'm here to right horrible wrongs. Now, admittedly, I've not been good at this hot seat, but I wasn't a DILF yet when I was previously putting on bets. Now I'm a DILF. Now I'm a dad you want to fuck. So that's just completely changed the game. And now using DILF brain, I'm able to cut through the bullshit and see the light, the red light, the hot seat light, and make smart, informed bets. Now, I like the Roosters against the Warriors. I'm not sold on the Warriors. The Roosters impressed the fuck out of me against the Panthers last week. That's not going to shock anyone. But I just can't see how with troops back for the Roosters, Radley, Collins, etc., they're not favourites. I'm going to take them at $1.95, and I'm going to roll the dice on them. There you go, Roosters.
All right, there you have it. Roosters head. Yep. Geez, you might have death-ridden them there. That's fucked. If I got them as a result in mine, hopefully.
Yeah, I've got them as a result.
If I got a
now.
result, let me just check. I don't, thankfully. Sweet Jesus.
The hot seat tide's got to turn. Has to.
Yeah, what are the odds?
Roosters against the Warriors in New Zealand. Maybe, Ed, maybe not. I don't know. But $1.95. Okay, we're done here. Shout out to Neds. Thanks to you all. Remember to follow along the Neds profiles. Jump in the About Even group. There will be a hot hosted pot somewhere. Reminder that we control the money in those pots. I think that legally I have to remind you of that. That us?
Yep.
Anything else?
No, that's up.
Roo Crew, Rando, Patreons, anything going on?
Heaps going on. Come and join us.
Rando?
Absolutely. 7 out of 8 try scorers last week as well on the Patreon, all $1.55 value. So if you like that, you'll love the Patreon.
Beautiful. All right, catch ya.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.